Commissioners, today we're here to share with you a little bit about our celebration. We've talked a lot about our aging infrastructure. We're 5 years old, so we want to celebrate that this year. We have a lot of employees, retirees who have contributed to the system, as well as equipment and wire and cap and pen and all these other things. So I'm here to recognize Tiffany Martin. She's going to share with you some of the plans that we have for the year to celebrate KUB's 75-year history.
Thank you, Ms. Roach. Commissioners, as Ms. Roach said, today I'm going to share with you some of the planned activities to celebrate our 75th anniversary. These plans are actually being coordinated by a group of employees from the Human Resources and the Communications Department. But we also wanted to get feedback from the other employees as well as retirees. So early in the planning phases, we did get a small group of employees together for a focus group, as well as we provided a written survey for retirees just to get their feedback on the things they think would be important to celebrate these 75 years. The events that were selected and that I will talk about today were those things that received favorable feedback from both groups. And we plan to involve employees, retirees, current commissioners, former commissioners, and the community in our celebration activities. Our first event, actually to kick off the year, took place on January 31st. On that day, we actually surprised employees with a biscuit breakfast and a 75th anniversary t-shirt. We selected the 31st of January because in 1939, the law that established a municipal utility in Knoxville actually became effective. So we thought that would be a good day to kick off the year. Employees were definitely surprised that morning. We kind of kept it under wraps to make sure that it was a surprise for them. So as you can see, there's lots of surprise and smiling faces that morning, and I think we got favorable feedback and positive feedback about the event. We plan to have another event that is coming up in May. On Saturday, May 3rd, we plan to celebrate with employees, retirees, their families, as well as you and your families. We hope that you come as well, and former commissioners at the Knoxville Zoo. That Family Fun Day, we hope to include enjoyment of all the amenities that the zoo has to offer, as well as a catered meal. We're actually preparing all the materials as we speak to get those things out to you, as well as the employees and retirees. And we'll be sending those out on March 28th to get orders for tickets and the necessary things for that event. As you know, your role is very important to KUB and our history, as well as just today. And so we'd like to recognize you and former commissioners and superintendents and general managers at a luncheon in the late fall. So we'll also be getting in touch with you all to give you the details on those arrangements. In addition to celebratory events, we also wanted to do some other items to commemorate 75 years, since it's such a special milestone. One way is to actually document our history. We'd like to do that in 2 ways. One is we are having a corporate video produced, and that video is actually going to include a brief summary of our history and stories from current employees and retirees. We plan to use this video at events this year for employees and retirees and other events, as well as in the future we'd like to use it at new hire orientation to tell incoming employees about our organization, and of course other events where we see it would be necessary to share that history. Another form of documentation of our history is a written book, written and pictorial actually. We have lots of pretty images. I know you guys have seen them on the walls here, as well as just we're getting new photographs as work happens. So we're going to do a written and pictorial history in the form of a book, and we show that, kind of want to share that as our gift back to the community to document KUB and its history. Other things that we've done is we've updated our website to include a 75th anniversary logo. We've also added that logo to some of our print materials, and we are actually adding that logo to our vehicles as well. I mentioned that we wanted to also celebrate with the community. We're actually in the planning process right now to organize a community event. I'm sure some of you are familiar with the Movies on Market Square event that happens here close by. We're hoping to possibly co-sponsor an event there maybe show the corporate video, and then possibly show a family film that debuted in 1939 to kind of look back 75 years. In addition to that, we'd like to do a community service project that's important for our employee population to give back. And we are considering several options, so as details are finalized on those things, we'll definitely be giving an update. That's really all I have to share today. Do you have any questions?
Bill, as one of the original employees here, I wondered.
Thanks, Commissioner.
There will be some stories we can't tell.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do we have any other business or comments from the commissioners or anyone else? I want to remind the board that next month's meeting is going to begin at 8:30 a.m., bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And we will begin the 5-year plan presentations at the conclusion of that business meeting. The meeting will conclude at noon, and they will feed us after we've been here all morning. If we don't have any further business, we're adjourned, and there will be a lunch session across the hall that's also open to the public in the event that anybody wants to attend. We're hereby adjourned.